Corrupting influence of lust. Let me tell you something. He who has renounced the pleasure of a wife has verily renounced the pleasure of the world. God is very near to such a person. The devotees listened to these words in silence. Master, to Kedar, Vijay, and the other devotees, he who has renounced the pleasure of a wife has verily renounced the pleasure of the world. It is woman and gold that hides God. You people have such imposing mustaches. And yet you too are involved in woman and gold. Tell me if it isn't true. Search your heart and answer me. Vijay. Yes, it is true. Kedar remained silent. Master, I see that all are under the control of woman. One day I went to Captain's house. From there I was to go to Ram's house. So I said to Captain, please give me my carriage hire. He asked his wife about it. She too held back and said, what's the matter? What's the matter? At last Captain said, Ram will take care of it. You see, the Gita, the Bhagavata, and the Vedanta all bow before a woman. All laugh. A man leaves his money, his property, and everything in the hands of his wife. But he says with affected simplicity, I have such a nature that I cannot keep even 2 rupees with me. A man went to an office in search of a job. There were many vacancies, but the manager did not grant his request. A friend said to the applicant, appeal to Golapi, and you will get the job. Golapi was the manager's mistress. Men do not realize how far they are dragged down by women. Once I went to the fort in a carriage, feeling all the while that I was going along a level road. At last I found that I had gone 4 stories down. It was a sloping road. A man possessed by a ghost does not know he is under the ghost's control. He thinks he is quite normal. Vijay, smiling, but he can be cured by an exorcist if he finds one. In answer to Vijay, Sri Ramakrishna only said, that depends on the will of God. Then he went on with his talk about women. Master, everyone I talk to says, yes, sir, my wife is good. Nobody says that his wife is bad. All laugh. Those who constantly live with woman and gold are so infatuated with it that they don't see things properly. Chess players oftentimes cannot see the right move for their pieces on the board. But those who watch the game from a distance can understand the moves more accurately. Woman is the embodiment of Maya. In the course of his hymn to Rama, Narada said, O Rama, all men are parts of thee. All women are parts of Sita, the personification of thy Maya. Please deign to grant that I may have pure love for thy lotus feet and that I may not be deluded by thy world-bewitching Maya. I do not want any other favor than that. Surendra's younger brother and his nephews were present. The brother worked in an office and one of the nephews was studying law. Master, to Surendra's relatives, my advice to you is not to become attached to the world. You see, Rakal now understands what is knowledge and what is ignorance. He can discriminate between the real and the unreal. So I say to him, go home. You may come here once in a while and spend a day or 2 with me. Have a friendly relationship with one another. That will be for your good and make you all happy. In a theater the performance goes well only if the musicians sing with one voice. And that also gladdens the hearts of the audience. Do your worldly duties with a part of your mind and direct most of it to God. A sadhu should think of God with 3/4 of his mind and with 1/4 should do his other duties. He should be very alert about spiritual things. The snake is very sensitive in its tail. Its whole body reacts when it is hurt there. Similarly, the whole life of a sadhu is affected when his spirituality is touched. Sri Ramakrishna was going to the pine grove and asked Gopal of Sinthi to take his umbrella to his room. Arrangements had been made in the Panchavati for the kirtan. When the mister had returned and taken his seat again among the devotees, the musician began her song. Suddenly there came a rainstorm. The master went back to his room with the devotees. the musician accompanying them to continue her songs there. Master. To Gopal. Have you brought the umbrella? Gopal. No, sir. I forgot all about it while listening to the music. The umbrella had been left in the Panchavati and Gopal hurried to fetch it. Master. I am generally careless, but not to that extent. Rakal also is very careless. Referring to the date of an invitation, he says the 11th instead of the 13th. And Gopal he belongs in a herd of cows. The musician sang a song about the monastic life of Chaitanya. Now and then she improvised lines. He will not look upon a woman, for that is against the sannyasi's duty. Eager to take away men's sorrows. He will not look upon a woman, for the Lord's birth as Sri Chaitanya otherwise would be in vain. The master stood up, as he heard about Chaitanya's renunciation, and went into samadhi. The devotees put garlands of flowers around his neck. Bhavanath and Rakal supported his body lest he should fall on the ground. Vijay, Kedar, Ram, M. Latu, and the other devotees stood around him in a circle, recalling one of the scenes of Chaitanya's kirtan. The master gradually came down to the sense plane. He was talking to Krishna, now and then uttering the word Krishna. He could not say it very distinctly because of the intensity of his spiritual emotion. He said, Krishna, 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 Krishna Sachidananda. Nowadays I do not see your form. Now I see you both inside me and outside. I see that it is you who have become the universe. All living beings, the 24 cosmic principles, and everything else. You alone have become mind, intelligence, everything. It is said in the hymn of salutation to the Guru. I bow down to the Guru by whose grace I have realized him who pervades the indivisible universe of the animate and the inanimate. You alone are the indivisible. Again, it is you who pervade the universe of the animate and the inanimate. You are verily the manifold universe. Again, you alone are its basis. O Krishna, you are my life. O Krishna, you are my mind. O Krishna, you are my intelligence. O Krishna, you are my soul. O Govinda, you are my life breath. You are my life itself. Vijay was also in an ecstatic mood. The master asked him, My dear sir, have you too become unconscious? Number. Sir, said Vijay humbly. The music went on. The musician was singing about the blinding love of God, as she improvised the lines. O beloved of my soul, within the chamber of my heart I would have kept you day and night. The master again went into samadhi. His injured arm rested on Bhavanath's shoulder. Sri Ramakrishna partly regained outer consciousness. The musician improvised. Why should one who, for thy sake, has given up everything endure so much of suffering? The master bowed to the musician and sat down to listen to the music. Now and then he became abstracted. When the musician stopped singing, Sri Ramakrishna began to talk to the devotees.